Hello and welcome back to One Force Weaponry YouTube channel. Today we have a rather long video for you guys. You're seriously going to get tired of me talking by the end of this one. So if you don't follow our Facebook page or anything like that, or subscribe to our email list, which you really should, we bought in the state this week. So we have over 20 new firearms that we got our hands on, some bayonets, some ammo, whole bunch of really fun stuff, some accessories. So we have a lot to talk about today. So without further ado, I guess let's jump right into it. All right. So first off, we have some new pistols that did arrive this week, so I guess we'll kind of go over those guys first. So this guy is a Glock G44, which is chambered in 22 long rifle. It's a semi-automatic 22. It has a 4-inch barrel. It is all black. It has a 10-round capacity on the magazine. So I actually have one of these guys. It was the first pistol that I ever got, and I actually really like shooting it. Some 22 handguns, especially semi-autos, can be kind of finicky, and I will say that my Glock is a little ammo picky, but ironically it doesn't like the nice stuff, which I think is funny. No like pistol match for it, but like arms core and things like that, it is perfectly fine with shooting. So that is a good price point on this Glock 44. Oh yeah, and if you guys didn't see, our video last week got taken down. So that was unfortunate. Sorry about that. I was gonna try to re-upload it, but they don't exactly tell you sometimes like sometimes they'll mark a certain section and say like, hey, this is why we took it down, and other times they're just like, nope, you violated policy. So we didn't even try to re-upload this one, but it did get taken down. So cool. Another Glock we have to talk about this week. This one is actually a used firearm. So this is a Glock 48. The Glock 48 MOS, if you can't tell by the red dot that is already mounted on it. So this is a semi-automatic 9mm, does come with the original box, 3 magazines, and a Hollow Sun 407K, and it comes with a holster as well. And these are not the factory grips that are on it. These have like some custom stippling, which gives it a really fun and unique texture on that. But yeah, a fantastic option for someone that's looking for a good 9mm handgun. Already has that Hollow Sun mounted right on it. Yeah, but a nice little thin framed Glock 48. Wow, we really restocked on 22s this week. We have a lot of 22s in this video. Pretty much every handgun except for that 48 is a 22. Wow, okay. So up next, another one of the 22s we're going to talk about. This is a Taurus TX22 Toro. So we've had these in the store before. We've actually had a couple of them, and believe it or not, fantastic reviews on these. People really, really enjoy them. So this one is an OD green, like I said, chambered in 22 long rifle. Does come with one 22 round and one 16 round magazine. And does have a threaded barrel as well. So you could add a suppressor on if you wanted to, which we do have a Q suppressor in stock that I believe would fit this. And it is optics ready as well. So you could add a red dot onto here if you wanted to as well. And then I'll show you this next guy. These are the same thing, just in different colors. So same Taurus Toro 22. They're the TX22. This is the Gen 2 model. Optics ready, you know, threaded barrel, all that kind of fun stuff. Same as the OD green, just in black. So we have both of those available. Up next, we have this Smith & Wesson M&P. This is another 22 semi-automatic. Again, does have a threaded barrel, 3.6-inch threaded barrel to be exact. 10-round capacity on the magazine, adjustable rear sight. Yeah, really nice M&P here. Does have a ambidextrous manual thumb safety for those of you that do like that requirement in a firearm. There's that. And this one's really fun. So this is a Jennings J22, again, chambered in 22 long rifle. This one has a 2.5-inch fixed barrel, does come with one 6-round magazine, does also have fixed front and rear sights. It does come with the original box, which is pretty cool. You can see the sights on this. You have that little orange or yellow, sorry, dot on the front ramp sight, so you can pick that up pretty easily on this all black firearm. This one is used, but is in fantastic shape. Like seriously, just very clean. So that's a fun little cool guy. And pardon me if I'm kind of blowing through these pretty quick. Obviously, we have a lot to talk about today, but all of these are listed right on our website. So if you want more information or to check those out, you can go to www.oneforceweaponry.com. Up next, oh shocker, another 22. We have this Bursa 22. So it has a 3.5-inch barrel, does come with a 10-round magazine. Does have some like rust, kind of like surface rust on the like grip module here. Like I said, this is an older used firearm, so you're gonna have that sometimes. So still functions, still will work. The thing I think is pretty interesting about these Bursas is all of the buttons and things that they have on them. So I'll flip this way because some of these are not ambidextrous. So right here, a lot of people think this is the magazine release. That is actually a safety. And this guy down here on this grip module, this is the magazine release, which I think is pretty cool. You don't see that sometimes. So yeah, that is your magazine release right here. Whoops, and there you are. That is your 10-round magazine. But yeah, fun little option for a 22. This next one might be one of my favorite ones of this video. It's interesting. It's something you don't see a lot. So this guy, this is a Panzer Arms. They called this the Twister. I don't think that was the actual model name of this, but the Twister will make sense in just a second. There we go. So in order to load this, the barrel twists from side to side when you want to go back, or to, load it, obviously you have one on each side. So it is obviously holds 2-round capacity on here. But very, very interesting, something you don't see all the time. And, to open that or twist it, you hit this button right on the bottom here. But yeah, pretty interesting little Derringer here, pretty fun. Kind of like the 3 different tones or 4 different tones you have going on here. It's an interesting piece. I think it's pretty cool. All right, and look, more 22s. So up next, we have this Ruger Mark I, or called the Ruger Standard. It is another 22 long rifle. This one does not come with a magazine. It is priced as not coming with a magazine. It is still a very clean, or like original, one of the OG Rugers. A lot of people really like, this is the origination of like the Mark series, which, if you've done any research in, or if you've shot one, you know that they're a really awesome little semi-automatic 22. So I think this is another really cool piece we got in with that estate. Up next, so this one I'm probably not going to try to pronounce the name of. So here, we'll hold up the tag for you guys, because do your best. We're going to call this the Model 66 for simplicity's sake. Another 22 long rifle revolver. So this guy is a single action revolver. It was made in Germany, hence Jill not being able to pronounce the name of it. Does have a 4 3/4-inch barrel. I do like these grips. I think they're pretty fun. It's not real wood grips. They are like the plastic kind of grips. But I like kind of the swirling that you got going on there. I think it's pretty interesting. Yeah, it's fun. It's a little 22 revolver, single action. Pretty interesting, but cool, maybe a learning revolver for someone. Cool option. So this guy's pretty cool. I had never seen something like this, and I don't think really anyone else here had either when we got this in. So Aaron actually compared it to, what was the movie, Alien versus Predator, one of the animals in that. So this is a used Calico M100P. So chambered in, you guessed it, 22 long rifle with a 7-inch barrel. And here's the cool part, is it comes with a Helical 100-round magazine. And you're probably thinking, where is the magazine? This is the magazine right here. And so another cool thing about this, or something that we found to be pretty interesting, is so when you first look at it, obviously I didn't necessarily think that this was the magazine because I was not familiar with these Calicos, because it kind of looks like on this grip module here that this would be your magazine. But this is actually, let's see if I can get this open. Come on. That's actually a storage area in the grip module. You just slide that back and forth. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so this is a 100-round magazine that comes with that. This is actually manufactured in California. I'm pretty sure this has to be the only firearm manufactured with a 100-round magazine to come out of California. But yeah, this is a neat little piece. Like I said, I had never seen one before, so I think it's pretty fun. It's cool. It's interesting. But yeah, the Calico M100. All right, and before we move on to the very, very long rifle selection we have today, we do have some hard to find magazines that we have in stock. And if you missed my Facebook post on these, you missed out. I thought it was funny. So I do have two 7600 magazines. This one is marked for 35 Whalen, and this guy is marked for 308. Obviously, if you guys, which I would think you know about the whole long action, short action thing, that applies here. But so yeah, we have two of those in stock. Hard to find, very hard to find. So yeah, we have two of those Remington magazines in stock. Oh yeah, Aaron's pointing behind me. I almost forgot about our other friend that we bought in this week. So this is now the wall of Thompson Center. We have a lot of Thompson Center things in. So starting with the centerpiece, we have the Thompson Center Contender. That is a Super 14. The barrel it has on it right now is a 30-30, and it does come with one of the Thompson Center scopes, and of course, you know, the mount on it as well. And then we have five other barrels. So this guy right here, this is in 45-70. That's a 14-inch barrel. That guy over there, that's a Super 14 barrel in 35 Remington, also a 14-inch. The one below it, this guy is in 44 Magnum. That's 10-inch, and it actually has flip-up rear sights. I thought that was pretty cool. I hadn't seen that before. This guy right here, that is another Super 14 barrel in 223, does have a Thompson Center scope match to it as well, and it is a 14-inch. This guy. So this is chambered in 222 Remington. Is an octagon barrel. It might not be clear seeing it up on the wall, so it's not really like a super harsh like octagon pattern, but it is an octagon barrel, which I think is pretty cool. And that is a 10-inch barrel. And then we also have some of the Thompson Center scopes too. So let's see, I think most of them are 2.5 RPs or 2.5 RPs. So this is a 2.5 RP, so it's a 2.5 by 20. All of these are made in Japan, by the way. So that one comes with the mount and scope caps. That comes with scope caps. That guy does not come with mount or scope caps. But yeah, that's the 2.5 to 7 by 28. And if you're not familiar with the Thompson Center scopes, something that I learned is RP stands for recoil proof. I was not super familiar with Thompson Center before this week, but wow, we have learned a lot. So yeah, that is our wall of Thompson Center. Everything is available individually because I know whoever buys that Thompson Center might not want 5 barrels and 3 scopes to go with it. So everything is available as an individual piece. All right. You guys sick of hearing me talk yet? I think Aaron is. All right, so that's, you know, keeping with the Thompson Center theme. Is this why you laid it out like this, Aaron? Okay, she's planning ahead. Wow, this is heavier than I thought it was going to be. All right, so Thompson Center, this is the R55 Sporter. Oh, look, another 22 long rifle. Wow. Oh, hey, it's a heavy barrel model. That explains why I said it was heavy. Does have fiber optic sights, which I think is very nice. I'm a big fan of the fiber optics. So it has that one, the front red or orangey, if you want to say that, or in the 2-dot rear sight. Does still have the flag in this guy. It is a very, very clean rifle. So these are pretty cool. I think Chad did most of the research on this one. I think he said that a lot of people use them in competition shooting. So that's pretty cool. I like competition shooting. So if any of our ARA folks or anything out there are looking for a new comp rifle or to get into it, check this one out. It's pretty cool. Up next, this guy is actually a brand new rifle that we just got in. Move some things over here. So this is a brand new rifle from Savage. This is the 110 Hog Hunter. So this is a bolt action 308. Has a 20-inch threaded barrel. Does have iron sights on this, but is drilled and tapped, so you could add a scope to it. And it is in this really fun OD green color. And one of my favorite features of Savage rifles, if you did not know this, they do have a spacer system out back here, so you can kind of fit it to your own length of pull, which is very important when selecting a rifle for you. So they do have a spacer system, so you can either take out or add in different spacers, obviously to fit it to your length of pull. So that's a really cool feature and a pretty cool gun. I do like the OD green color on this one. Speaking of really nice rifles, though, so I'm going to add a disclaimer on before I talk about this one. Me and Remingtons, while I do love them, we do not have the best history with me getting my facts correct on them. And specifically with Remington date codes, it seems like a pretty simple system in theory, but we do not do well together. So this is a Remington Model 700. This one's chambered in 308. Does have the front iron sight still on it, but the rear one has been removed, obviously, to mount the scope on here. Does have a Weaver V9W scope already mounted on here. And it is manufactured, I believe, May of 2004. And I also think this is a BDL version. So if I'm wrong, let me know. But I'm hoping I'm not. Like I said, me and Remington, we've had some struggles. Up next, we have this interesting little piece from Mossberg. This is not something you typically see every day. Well, unless you own one, then I guess you do. So this is a Mossberg MVP Patrol. So this one's chambered in 5.56. It does have a multi-position stock on it, and a UTG scope already mounted on it. It does have a pick rail, so of course if you wanted to change that off, you absolutely could. This guy it's pretty interesting. So like towards the end of the barrel, it does have some like fluting in there. But doesn't carry out like the rest of the barrel like it does on like the Ruger rifles. And yeah, the 6-position adjustable stock on like what the front looks like a very traditional rifle. It's pretty funny, but you know, it's called the MVP Patrol. They were kind of known for that tactical kind of look. But yeah, interesting bolt action rifle here. Not something that I had seen or messed around with before, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Good Lord. All right. Whew, I think we're at like the halfway point, kind of. Let's see. So this is an absolute beauty. I really, really like this one. So this is a used firearm. This is from Interarms. This is chambered in 308. Does have iron sights on there, but also has a Redfield 3-9 mounted on it, which is one of their like wide view, like the television scopes, which I really like. That's actually what I have mounted on one of my Brownings. But yeah, this rifle is in great condition. It's a really nice bolt action. It's ready to hit the woods with you, or be a collectible piece. Like I said, and I've kind of said in the last couple of videos, deer season is approaching. Actually, the antlerless any deer permits opened up on the 26th. So as of right now, you can go in and apply for the lottery for your doe permit or your antlerless deer permit. And I believe that closes July 31st. We'll post a couple like reminder things on Facebook and also send out an email, but we did do a Facebook post on that, I think on Friday, maybe. But this would be a great option to get ready for that. And the stalks on that are just gorgeous. Like the shininess, it just looks nice. Okay, another Mossberg that we got in. So this is the Mossberg Whitetail Lightning, which if you don't like it just based on the name, what are you doing? So this guy is chambered in 270, does have a BSA 3 to 10 scope already mounted on it. So again, ready to hit the woods, ready to go for deer, for moose, for whatever you want it to do. But yeah, fun little affordable rifle coming up for deer season or something. So if you're looking to get into a rifle for deer season, things like that, here's a great option for you. Okay, up next, another like traditional hunting rifle, fun collectible thing. So this is a Marlin 336 RC. This one's chambered in 30-30. Does have a Western Field 3 to 9 by 32 scope already mounted on it with some weaver rings. There is some bluing wear on this guy. So you can probably see on this side, and I'll swing it around so you can see on the other side too. You can see some bluing wear there, almost like it was carried like this, like that. You can see it matches my hand almost perfectly where, so it would seem to me someone carried it like this. We were told by the person that brought this in that this was indeed, that it was used for hunting. So obviously traditional hunting rifle. So if I had to guess, that's why they have some bluing wear there. And you do have a little bit on the barrel, but nothing too crazy. The stocks on this guy are actually in really, really good shape. And it's, like I said, traditional hunting rifle, very, very good option for someone. And yeah, it is ready to hit the woods with you. Or just to have as a collectible, if that's your thing too. Up next, no, we do have 2 shotguns in this video. So not the only shotgun, just one. All right, this is a Winchester Model 140. So this is a 12 gauge with a 28-inch barrel on it. Does come fitted with the wind choke system, which is Winchester's like kind of transitional or adjustable choke system that they have. Pretty interesting, but yeah, semi-automatic 12 gauge. Yeah, you can shoot up to 2 3/4 out of this guy, so not 3-inch or anything like that, but 2 3/4. But yeah, pretty cool old Winchester shotgun. It is in great shape, like the stocks are. You do have some slight scratching on the receiver of this guy, but nothing too crazy. Bluing is still intact, and it looks clean. Next up, we got another lever action to talk about. So this guy is a Winchester Model 94 AE. So this one's chambered in 30-30, does have the iron sights on there. Again, another kind of, traditional in the sense of the word, lever action. I'm a big fan of Winchesters, if you haven't picked up on that by any of our previous videos. But yeah, I really like this 94. It is a very clean rifle, does have a couple little spots of rust here and there, but stocks are in good shape, bluing's in good shape. So yeah, pretty cool little Winchester 94 AE here. Up next, so this is our other shotgun we have to talk about in today's video. This guy, this is an interesting case. Could be a good selection for some gunsmithing or a gunsmithing candidate. If you want to practice maybe some rebluing or something like that, this could be a good option for you. So this is a Mossberg 185 KB. So this is a 20 gauge bolt action shotgun. does have an adjustable choke on the end, and some people call those gills there. But you know, some porting at the end of that barrel. Does not come with the original magazine here, so you can see in the bottom there, no magazine. So if you can't see on stock, I don't know how well the camera's going to pick that up, but there is some rust here, not on the stock, sorry, Jesus, on the barrel. You carries down pretty much all the way down the barrel and everything, and onto the bolt as well. The stocks are in decent shape. Now, it does have a little bit of a chunk taken out here with a crack. But that's not too crazy. I don't see any cracks anywhere else on here, but obviously we want to disclose that to you guys. So yeah, could possibly making a good gunsmithing candidate if you're into that or want to get into that and need like a practice guy or something like that. This could be a good option for you. Up next, what's that sling? All right, and if you caught it at the beginning of the video, I said that we had some bayonets. So we got over 20 something bayonets in. I don't know the exact number, but it was quite a few bayonets. So we just have a couple here on the table, but obviously we have way more. So if there is a specific one that you are looking for, then let us know. We have kind of ranging from original to reproduction to a whole bunch of different vintages to a lot. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of different stuff going on here. So we'll just quickly touch on some of these. So this guy right here, so this is a P1907 Enfield bayonet. So that guy's pretty cool. It's also one of the longer ones that we have. This one is a Belgian FAL bayonet. This guy right here, you have a US M8A1 M14 M1 bayonet. And, you know, same thing, only in reproduction right next to it. So you can kind of, you know, that's a really good example of kind of the difference between like the more original and the reproduction, which is pretty cool. So you guys can kind of see the difference. And we think we have a couple of those, you know, like original versus reproduction things. So this one's a US M16 right there. Let's see, so that guy's this one is a replica as well, made out of stainless steel. So we do have quite a bit more of these. So if that's something you guys are looking for, or you're looking for a specific one, send us a message, call us, send us an email, whatever. And we can absolutely see if we have what you're looking for. Oh, ammo. You never turned on the ring lights. I'm not redoing it. Cut over here. That's fine. Put the light on. What do I? I don't know. I had them on for a minute, but then I turned them off. Let there be light! I suck. That's fine. All right, and here is our update on the value wall. So like I said, we get a ton of ammunition and different accessories in with that estate that we bought in. So we have some scopes up here. We have a stock. Oh, I think we're missing the Remington stock though. I'll have to. Yeah, we have lots of parts, pieces, accessories, some Smith & Wesson grips, Packmeyer, Colt Python grips, whole bunch of fun things on here. You know, the upper portions, that's turkey stuff, tasers, spray, fun stuff like that. But as far as ammo goes, we have a ton of what we call, I guess, used factory ammo. So ammo that's been purchased elsewhere and then brought back here, obviously to resell. So there's a whole bunch of different things there. We have some 223, we have some 30-30, some 30-06, I think we have some 6.5 in there, some 12 gauge, a whole bunch of stuff. I think there's 4570, some 44, 375 H&H. That one's, I think, kind of has the collectible box on it too. And we also have a ton of slings as well. So if you're looking for an affordable sling to put on your deer hunting rifle, or one that's maybe if you have a gun that you want to put a sling on that you're looking to get the sling more time period accurate, we have some of those too. And below, so the lower section of the value wall right there. So we have more ammo, and we do want to mention that those are reloads. So they're a little bit different, obviously, from factory ammo. Factory ammo is something that has been produced at a factory. Those reloads were produced by someone that took all the components of traditional ammo and put it together themselves, but it was not done at a factory. So we do have that available, but obviously we want to make it clear to you guys that it is reloads. It's not traditional factory ammo. But yeah, I think that about covers the value wall. All right, I think that about covers everything for today. That was, we went over a lot of stuff in today's video. Like I mentioned earlier, if there was anything that I didn't go too in depth on that you wanted me to, or that you want more information on, everything here is listed right online. And yeah, we got some pretty cool stuff in. Yeah, very long video this week, so thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Make sure you comment down below. Let us know what your favorite or your pick of the week is, and if there's anything you want to see more in depth next video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week.